Yep, yep, yep. You already know who it is, man. It's King Ade with the Wizards Review. And this one's gonna be short, y'all. There ain't really nothing to talk about. You know what I mean? There ain't really nothing to talk about, man. This was a terrible effort the Wizards put on tonight. Quite disappointed. Just with the whole game. You know what I'm saying? I'm disappointed with how they played, how they came out. We lost the game in the first quarter. You know what I mean? We really lost the game in the first quarter. And when we lose, when you lose a game like this, it's hard to really say there's anything to like. You know, I have a couple of things that I like, but I didn't like anything for real. You know what I mean? So I'm not really gonna go into it too much, man. I'm just gonna, just go through it, and then the show gonna be over, y'all. They didn't give effort tonight. I'm gonna give a little effort. You know what I'm saying? I'm a professional, but I was very disappointed with the effort of the Washington Wizards tonight, man. We went to OKC. I thought that they were gonna come back and play well after a loss to the Bucks. A good team. You know what I mean? Now, the OKC's no slouch, but I must admit, although they beat us in DC earlier in the season, I didn't really have any respect for them. I know they beat the Celtics bad earlier this week, but then they come back and lose to the Magic. You know what I mean? So I thought this was going to be a good bounce back game, especially how they beat us in DC. I thought we were going to come out with that effort to avenge that loss. I thought that they, at all costs, they were like, we're not going to get swept by the Thunder this season. But guess what? They got swept. So with that said, man, since we lost the game, man, I'm going to start with the few things that I liked tonight. You know what I mean? And really, it started in the second quarter. You know what I mean? Like, first quarter, Porzingis, he started try to be a little active early, you know what I mean? But his shot wasn't on. He didn't play well. So much so that he got benched in the fourth quarter. Our best player available got benched in the fourth quarter. Before the game, the game was out of hand the whole game, you know what I mean? But it was because he didn't play well. Coach Unseld benched him, you know what I mean? So I really didn't like what I saw from him tonight. We started to show some life in the second quarter, but it wasn't enough because every time we made a run, it seemed like the Thunder hit a big three, got a foul. They just, we might cut the lead down to 15, 14, and then the Thunder would go back up 20. They went up as much as 25, you know what I mean? So we were never in this game. We're never in this game, man. Rui started try to be a little aggressive, but again, he only ended up with 5 points, so he didn't really do anything either. We played better in the second half. We played better. You know what I mean? A lot of our bench came in. Will Barton probably played the best of all players tonight, and that's saying something. Will Barton is one of our best players for the game. You know what I mean? Goodwin gave us some good minutes in the second half. We started well in the fourth quarter, had our best run of the game in the fourth quarter. We had a 12-0 run. Tried to make something out of the game, but again, we couldn't get the game into single digits, a single-digit deficit. And that's really it, man. That's all I liked. And I didn't like it, really. You know what I mean? You just find things positive. Let me reword the word those are some of the positives of tonight's game. In this very negative game, very negative effort. So that's all I like, man. So let's go to the things I dislike. I dislike the fact the Thunder started hot early. I dislike the fact that they were getting anything they wanted. They got to the basket. I dislike the fact that SGA did anything he wanted, another 30-plus point game for him. Williams for them also. Ja Williams, 18 points. 9 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, you know what I'm saying? I definitely didn't like what I saw from him tonight. I didn't like the fact that we let them force so many turnovers. We turned the ball over 20 times tonight. They only turned the ball over 9 times, so I definitely didn't like that. I didn't like the fact that we let them hit threes at will, it felt like. They were 17 for 37 from the three-point line. That's almost 46%, while we were 7 for 24, 29, a little over 29%. So definitely, they made 10 more threes than we did. You know what I mean? So I definitely didn't like that. They went on an 11-2 run early in the first quarter, so they set the tone early. Definitely didn't like that. They went up 20 points in the first quarter. Again, we lost the game by 17, but the majority of the game we were down at least 20 points. You know what I mean? So they set the tone. We were fighting a 20-point lead. We spotted them 20 points, basically. You know what I mean? So that's hard to come back from. Very disappointing. They were just hitting threes, again, like I said, throughout the game. They scored 30-plus points in the first and second quarter. Matter of fact, they scored 30-plus points in the first quarter, the second quarter, and the third quarter. So I definitely didn't like that. We only won the fourth quarter. We scored 30 in the fourth, but it was way too late, so I definitely didn't like that. This team 31% from the field in the first quarter. They ended the game shooting, 48. So they stepped up their shooting after the first quarter. We ended up shooting 48% from the field, but the Thunder shot 51%, and they seemed like they were at 50% from the field the whole game. You know what I mean? So definitely didn't like that. We didn't force any turnovers. We didn't force the Thunder into any turnovers in the first quarter. Again, they set the tone. Man came off the bench for the Thunder, hit some big threes to start the second quarter. Again, setting the tone for them. They went up as much as 25 points in the second quarter. Giddey got to the paint when he wanted to. By the end of the first half, the Thunder scored 54% from the field, 50% from the three-point line. And then they killed us in a fast break. And, by that time, second half, we fought, but we didn't have anything for them. I stopped taking notes after the first half, man. There was nothing else to say, man. So, again, man, that's all I have for y'all tonight, man. Terrible game, terrible effort, disgraceful. You know what I'm saying? To lose to a team. Again, OKC, I slept on them. I didn't have enough respect for them. They're better than I wanted to give them credit for, but they're still not good enough for us to be down 20 points the whole game, basically. You know what I mean? So, disappointing effort. They need to shake this off, and they need to come back next game and just play much better. That's it. That's all they got to do, play much better. All right? So, anyway, man, that's all I got for y'all tonight, man. I would really appreciate you guys subscribing to the channel at The Wizards Review on YouTube. You can follow us on Twitter as well, at Wizards Review. You can follow me, King Ade DMV, on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, as well as on the Xbox Series S and S on NBA 2K23. You know what I mean? So anyway, man, there's nothing else to be said till next game. Hope you guys have a good night. I hope y'all have a good night till next game, man. Take care. Peace.